The haunted mine of West Virginia. Deep in the forests of West Virginia, USA, lies an abandoned mine, famous for its strange phenomena and ghostly sightings of deceased miners. Locals whispered terrifying tales about the place, and only the bravest dared to step foot there. One autumn evening, a group of 5 friends, Alex, Mike, Sarah, Jenny, and Tom, decided to explore the abandoned mine. They were adventure enthusiasts and didn't believe in supernatural stories. Alex, the leader, had prepared all the necessary equipment like flashlights, a camera, and some climbing gear. As the sun began to set, they made their way into the forest, the path to the mine covered with fallen leaves and overgrown with weeds. The deeper they went into the forest, the colder and gloomier it became. A chilling sensation started to creep over them, but no one wanted to admit it. As they approached the mine, the daylight faded, leaving only darkness and their dim flashlights. The rusty, cracked entrance to the mine looked like a giant mouth waiting to swallow anyone who dared to enter. Alex struggled to open the mine's gate, and one by one, the group entered with a strange sense of anticipation. Inside the mine, the air was cold and damp, the sound of dripping water echoing off the walls. Their flashlights cast eerie shadows, creating a haunting atmosphere. They began to explore, each step cautious and deliberate. As they ventured deeper, they started hearing strange noises, footsteps, whispers whose origins were unknown. "Is anyone here?" Mike's voice echoed in the darkness, but there was no response, only a haunting silence. Suddenly, Jenny screamed as she saw a shadow flit past her. "I saw something," she said, her voice trembling. The group stopped, their flashlights scanning the area, but there was nothing but the cold stone walls. "It must be our imagination," Alex tried to reassure them. However, the strange phenomena only grew. Tom's flashlight inexplicably went out, despite him replacing the batteries earlier. The whispers became clearer, as if someone was speaking right next to them. Alex turned on his camera to record what was happening, but the screen displayed only blurry, distorted images. They decided to turn back, but the mine seemed to have turned into a maze, every path leading back to the same spot. Panic started to set in, and each member of the group felt as if they were being watched. Sarah felt someone touch her shoulder, but when she turned around, there was no one there. Finally, they found a large room where miners once took their breaks. In the dim light, they saw murals on the walls depicting scenes of work in the mine. But the most horrifying thing was that the murals seemed to come to life, the figures within moving. Looking closely, they realized the faces in the murals closely resembled their own. "We need to get out of here now," Alex shouted, but when they turned to leave, a giant shadow blocked their way. The shadow slowly moved closer, and they heard a whisper, "You should not have come here." Panic peaked as they ran frantically through the mine, but they couldn't find an exit. The ghosts of long-dead miners appeared everywhere, their screams and eerie laughter echoing. Eventually, only Alex remained, the sole conscious member, but even he couldn't escape his fate. When the rescue team found the mine, they only discovered abandoned equipment and traces of a desperate attempt to escape. No one knew what had happened to the group, and the legend of the West Virginia mine grew even more mysterious. Those who heard the story shivered with fear, and no one dared to enter the mine again.